for the Fighters Voice Radio Show with your fighting host, Richard ORTIZ, and the formidable co-host, Cole ESCOVEDO.
Oh, okay. Well then, dude, 6 tours, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, we on or what, man?
That's no joke,
It's
dude.
freaking
6
loud.
tours.
Hey, there was no intro or nothing. I didn't know we were going
I
on,
heard
but
it.
here we are. No, well, you might have heard it, but Cole's talking too much. You know the way Cole gets talking, and it's a
what's
wrap.
new?
And, yeah, what's new? What's new? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Fighters Voice Kick-Ass Podcast. Today's guest is the one, the only, Mr. Richard Goodman, who is now the matchmaker for Valor Bare Knuckle Boxing. And one thing I like about our guest today, Cole, is we don't just got to talk about MMA. I mean, this guy knows his boxing, and we got a lot to cover about boxing, especially what went down this weekend, and UFC, of course. But enough said, man. How was your weekend?
Oh man, not long enough.
No?
Yeah, I was doing.
Did you sell any cars this weekend?
Huh?
Did you sell any cars? And bro, you're everywhere.
Selling cars?
You
no.
are everywhere. You're doing ladies' nails. You're doing freaking apartments.
No. What? Okay. So
Pedicures.
people always ask. They say that same thing, and it's like, so like you know, you people are like, oh, I'm an influencer. What do you influence?
Yeah.
I influence kindness.
Yeah.
I influence what other people are trying to do. Like when
No,
you
I
see all that
noticed
stuff,
that. I
man,
know.
it's like
You're sharing.
Like the nails, or a friend, she opened up her own salon.
You're very
like,
active in the community.
I just try to share things because like Facebook's funny, dude. They change a lot of their algorithms. You got to be creative with your advertising these days.
You know what? I'm glad
nuts.
you. It is
Yeah.
nuts. It is nuts. And speaking of creative, man, I got to ask you. Well, first of all, congratulations on your new job, your new position. You know, you didn't just stay back. You made a career move, and you dove right in, man, and you're doing great. I didn't get a chance to formally thank you, man,
Hey,
for being on the show, and congratulations. You're doing good work.
You know, I love to be here anytime I can, for sure. You know, it's just been a hectic schedule lately. With
I can
kids, and
imagine.
I'm going to school, too, and
You got
working.
less than 2
Oh, yeah, what
months
are you
for the
taking
next
to school?
show?
Business administration, so
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
finishing my bachelor's degree.
There you go.
So just for, you know,
So was that self-motivated, or was
Nah,
that
it's
just a
that
career
extra
path
zero, man.
potential?
you
motivated?
know, I don't need it yet. Right now, I've been pretty good without it, but it was more just something I wanted to do because I had already started it about 6 years ago, and then
okay.
when a lot of stuff came up, and so I put it to the side, and I figured, you know what, start doing it now.
Get
and
it out of
just
the way.
Get it out of the way. So I'm taking 4 classes right now.
Oh, that's
So,
a load.
Yeah.
Oh man, that is.
Yep. So I'll be done next semester.
Okay.
But I'm going to probably cut down to a couple classes because their schedule is going to pick up next year for bare knuckle. So
Well, let's talk about that. I mean, how did you make the transition? And I want to know everything that happened there because you're no longer with Tachi. What's going on there?
yeah, no, I was actually reached out by Ken Shamrock last year. So this has been something I just couldn't talk about it because I was on an NDA.
Yeah.
Until we actually officially launched it. But yeah, I was planning this move for almost a year now, just to. You know, it's an opportunity to take something that I've been doing to the next level. And, you know, I love the Tachi. I love being there, and I'd love to do stuff there. But this opportunity was just something I couldn't pass up. I mean, it's the opportunity to jump on a UFC when it started out, you know. So we'll see where it goes. But, yeah, Ken reached out to me about a year ago. We started discussing some things, and before you know it, you know, he brought me on. Now I'm the Vice President of Operations.
Awesome, man. Congratulations. Big time.
What are the chances of seeing some Valor at the Palace?
I think it'll be a good chance.
I think it'd be
I
a
really
great
do.
venue.
Yeah, I really do think there'll be a good possibility. I wouldn't say exact time frame, but I could see us coming there in 2020.
I was going to say, yeah, making it one of the later quarters, maybe.
Yeah, because we already got well. But we got we got a deal with another casino in place for 2 shows next year. So then we have this January show coming up, which I'll be releasing all the details next week.
Yeah, I was going to say, I saw the poster. There's all the info except the
location.
The location.
Well, bro, this is the right show to get all the location,
Yeah,
all
that's
the
what I'm saying.
answers.
We'll
and
be
sort of
heading
say-
east, though. We'll be heading east.
Okay.
So
I do want to ask this, and I am going to miss this. So if Tachi Palace fights ever come back, man, we got to start all over now. What I'm saying is because Richard gave us full access, man. He trusted us, and he knew when we went to locker rooms,
I know.
we weren't there taking selfies or groupies, and
Well,
we knew when to approach and when not. And
we'll
I
be
just,
established
well, yeah, I know, but it's like, you know what I mean?
You got to start fresh.
Got to
with
start all
the
over.
New networking.
But there's nothing wrong with starting from the ground up and knowing what you can do. It's just a matter of time, man. So we'll have Rich make some calls and say, let them do what they got to do, man.
yeah, if it comes back, I'm sure I'll have a part of it, no matter
Awesome.
what, in one way, shape, or form.
There you
so,
go.
I mean, I would hope.
Contract
I spent
out.
13 years with them, you know.
Like I don't want to go down that road, but I'm super curious to see what they're going to do next. That place has been a staple.
Yeah.
It'd be like if Walmart stopped selling lawnmowers or something. I don't
Yeah.
know whatever Walmart staple is, but you know what I mean? Like they just stopped and said, we're a gun manufacturer. We're
It's
not
like
making
the
pistols
99
anymore.
cent store not selling 99-cent items.
Something still, yeah. A gun store not selling guns, you know what I mean, or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm kind of curious to see what happens. They haven't really done anything in the way.
I haven't
of-
heard anything.
Exactly. No one's made any mention. Jacob, if you're listening,
I've been trying to get with
throw
Jacob
some
for a
info,
while,
something, man. Go, you know what I mean? So, but yeah. So, but let's stay on task though. So, how do you foresee the January show going?
Amazing. Like I said, I got a lot of good tricks in the bag. You
Any
know.
significant changes you've made from the test run? I guess the test run show, so to speak. Kind of?
Yeah, we're doing some small tuning adjustments to our pit, just to add a little bit more, not space in the center part, but the outer portions, just to add a little bit more safety. You know, we didn't have any issues, but we still want to just make sure.
Man, those front row seats look like they were fun ones,
Golden.
though.
Golden.
Those look like those are
I
fun
bet you
seats.
thought about a lot of what ifs you could have done there.
You know, not really. It went smooth. Like, I mean, everybody on the team has a lot of experience in mixed martial arts and boxing and in a bunch of different areas. So
How those shows should run.
yeah,
Kind
so
of thing, yeah.
I mean, it wasn't like a bunch of new guys walking out there
Yeah.
holding their fingers up their ass trying to figure out what to do.
Being
I mean,
led by the hand.
and then the casino we worked with is well versed with doing MMA and boxing and stuff as well. So the venue, the Four Bears Casino, was amazing. I mean, the treatment there, everything. They took care of every single fighter, individual, food. I mean,
Oh, wow.
the venue is beautiful. I mean, it seats over we sold that place out over 4,000 people on our first show.
That's wonderful.
And so, I mean, it's a big venue in the middle of nowhere. You think Tachi's in the middle of nowhere? This is in the middle of nowhere.
Oh no, I've been to some places. There's a
Yeah.
place down in San Diego that's just
And-
it's nowhere. So
And
you're
the
like,
fans
what?
were just nuts out there. I mean, literally, when I was leaving the venue, that's why I'm not wearing my Valor Bare Knuckle T-shirt because
Hey,
I took the shirt off my back and gave it to the fans.
I was going to say, those are a nice looking shirt.
Oh yeah.
No,
Oh,
really,
yeah.
and I really mean that because I see a lot of stuff. I say it over and over again. I'm not a shirt person that has to have every shirt. That is a nice shirt.
Yeah, Nine Line Apparel. Shout out
Yeah.
to them. They're military people who make. They have a huge following for military personnel, and they have a great quality T-shirts and stuff. So shout out to Nine Line Apparel for hooking it up. And
I like
carrying
the
our
gold.
product. Yeah,
The gold's
yeah.
a real kickoff.
And,
It
and
is,
we
it's
just
nice.
released a new little adjustment. I don't know if you guys see my Facebook page. That's kind
Yeah,
of
you
our
put it
new
on there.
branding logo.
I saw that. It's
We
clean.
did a little contest online.
Oh, okay.
And had a bunch of creative
Submissions.
designer submissions, and that was the one picked. And it looks banging. So yeah, I love the whole layout. But yeah, we didn't have too many hiccups. I mean, aside from a great story actually is the people that were delivering the pit forgot to deliver us the outer black cover for the uprise. You know how it's all black looking.
Yeah.
And so they sent it on a truck. Well, that truck called us on Friday and said they weren't going to make it till Monday or Tuesday. And we're like, this is not possible, right?
Yeah, what good is that?
So, we started reaching out to people, and one of the production ladies that was working with us had some friends, and the truck happened to be in Minnesota. So she had a friend that had a private plane. So he actually flew his own private plane to North Dakota, landed in the middle of nowhere in a runway.
Oh,
On
nice.
this small little thing, and me and a buddy of mine roll up in a SUV like it's Pablo Escobar.
Yeah, the package for us. Yeah, private little plane in the middle of nowhere.
He comes out.
Local PD's
dumps the
like,
box
what's going on over here?
Puts it in the back of
Damn.
the truck and see ya.
Gone.
Yeah, so that was the only thing. Other
Left
than
the
that-
shovels on the ground, everything. Huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Other than that, I mean, it went outstanding. Like I said, the fighters all delivered.
So it sounds like more of a what do we want to change? How could we have made it more exciting? What could we brand better? How can we
Yeah.
expose it? The numbers generating type things. Now it's just like the show's going to run fine. It's going to run fine. Now it's just a
marketing.
What do we tweak? Yeah, how do we market this better?
More the marketing. I would say we didn't dive too headfirst into the first show because we knew no matter how much money we spent on that initial show, it's
Yeah.
not going to really carry over that much.
Yeah, not much is going to get.
You have to have a good brand to sell it. So we wanted to show people we have the brand, and now we can start marketing what we have.
Exactly. You've had a show.
Yeah,
you have
people can see-
product. To
I mean,
use
look,
now.
look at the face, Ken Shamrock.
Yeah, no.
I
it's-
mean, it says a lot.
itself.
It
Yeah,
says
and
a
that
lot.
man is a genius. Like I said, it was he's the one that designed the pit. I mean, the hand wraps only, no
hands or knuckles,
no
yeah.
tapes. That was all Ken Shamrock. I mean, he's a genius.
Well,
And
dude's
he-
been in the game.
Who came with a throwback with the tights? You know, like
that
the,
was
like the
also
Jack
Ken
Dempsey games.
also wanted to do the pants, so we
Well,
collected
Jack Johnson days, yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
Solomon.
that was his idea, you know, and we kind of just
put it together and
together.
made it
Kinda
happen.
made it
Kind of
happen.
modernized
Because
it.
you
Yeah.
could, you could literally see Valor down one leg
Yeah.
and
It's
Johnson
great for
down the other one or
sponsors,
something.
You know,
Well,
for the fighters,
sponsors,
especially,
branding
so-
for your own fighters. They've
Yep.
got their name on their
and it's
stuff.
something unique.
Yeah.
And it carries homage to the original
It's
fighters.
different. So that's what you call that facility. I mean, the area they're fighting in, the pit.
Pit, yes,
The
sir.
Pit. Like you got the octagon, you got the ring. Okay, the pit.
Yeah, because it's got that
I like
dip
that.
on
It
the
does.
sides.
It kind of almost looks like you can bounce on it. You know, it does.
Kind of.
Kinda
A little spring to it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice and smooth. Like I said, it's canvas just like an MMA mat. So it's nice and smooth and flexible,
and that
and
flex-
it was
whatever the floors are, even on
custom
UFC, it's got a
designed.
little give, yeah.
It's got a little bounce to it, you know, for safety. Because if
Yeah,
you have
you don't wanna
something
have
that's
something
rock hard when you
yeah.
bounce your head, you want to be able your head to bounce
Yeah.
rather than just go clunk.
Now, after this first event, how many fighters or how many people sitting on the couch that used to fight have reached out to you?
Lots.
Just like we talked about, right?
My phone,
yeah.
my phone doesn't stop.
Well, yeah, because
nonstop.
all these guys are now seeing a potential. For
You
their
got a
skill set.
potential world champion that was at home sitting on the couch. He'll be in the third or fourth one as a champion.
That's
Yeah,
how they started
exactly.
Definitely possible.
PMC militia groups and stuff. They're like, hey, so you're not going to Afghanistan anymore. I got a job for you that pays
Yeah.
really well that'll pull that skill set to
Yeah.
use. Same thing. It's like, dude, why are you sitting on the couch?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you have fists, you know how to bang.
Yeah, and
Why
some
not?
guys just weren't good at grappling, you know?
Yeah,
They could have
yeah,
been
you're not a
champions,
grappler.
They're just not
Yeah.
a grappler, and now they have a chance to showcase their skill on a different level. I mean, look at Godbeer,
Yeah.
I mean-
that dude's a beast.
an animal, you know? And in the UFC, you know, he had a decent career, but not the potential he has out here.
Yeah, there's no concerns for takedowns. No
Nothing.
concerns
Yeah,
for
so now he
kicks.
can just let the beast out, you know, and so guys like him are a great example. Ishe Smith, the boxer, you know, had a few bumps and bruises,
Yeah.
you know, in his latest boxing,
Right.
and refreshed himself, took some time off, came back and put on a spectacular show. I mean, he really, out of all the fighters, utilized that
His tools,
small
exactly.
area better than
That
anybody.
ring movement. Yeah,
Unbelievable.
his legs,
unbelievable. Always in the right
Angles.
spot, no matter
Angles.
what. Just playing with guys,
Yes.
you know, and
Yes.
and
That dude, like I said, when you don't have to worry about getting kicked
No.
because you put too much weight on a leg, and you
Yep.
don't have to worry about a takedown because your legs are too close together, bro, that opens up so many doors.
yeah,
so many
and it's
doors.
just you know, and believe it or not, it's a lot safer. Like
Yeah.
I said, this is a very like I really want to sit down with someone and get into the details of this because people don't even understand. They look at the cuts and think, "Oh God, that's so brutal and stuff," but in reality, I can't hit you 300 times like I can with a boxing glove on.
yeah.
Yeah.
And slaying punches on the side of your head, you have to be precise and accurate, or you're breaking your hand. You know, so in reality, the only thing gloves do is save your hands.
Yeah, that's all.
They
it
don't
does.
save your head.
Well, look at
No.
Not at all. They allow your head to take
Masvidal
more.
Diaz.
Yeah,
Show him that fight and go. That was with gloves,
exactly.
and it still split his face open.
And I promise
so-
you, Masvidal wouldn't be throwing those same punches without gloves on. Because if he lands and misses on one of those on the side of the head, his knuckle's swelling up. So now
I don't
you
know,
gotta,
man. You can check out some of his Kimbo Slice days.
Yeah,
He
for
was-
sure.
he's still got
slinging
them
He
hands,
was
so-
slinging them dogs.
He's still a
But I
fast-
imagine, imagine he was more. I mean, you could see some of the pictures of how the punch
Yeah,
is
how the
landing.
pu-
Like, you know, he's just
exactly.
trying to land that whole
Well,
pad.
when you look at when he put the 3-piece on Leon Edwards in the back,
Yeah.
he didn't
Just
swing from
boom,
shoulders,
boom,
just
boom.
a quick pop, pop,
Yeah.
pop.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what I
Let
mean?
him know.
And exactly,
and it still cut him.
And it still cut him, for
so,
sure.
yeah, it does actually increase the safety probably to the damage
As far as
done.
head trauma,
Yeah.
is what I'm saying, because
Is
that's
he,
the
is
really
he the baddest right now?
Masvidal.
Yeah.
I mean, he one of the baddest for sure.
Yeah.
He's
Top
the most
three. He's
entertaining.
top three.
I would say
And we're going to talk about that. He's living right now.
he's the most
This
entertaining.
is his time right now.
Liquor and pizza at the press conference
Yeah.
talking crap on McGregor. I mean, dude, it was gold.
he's the star for sure
Yeah.
right now. I think he'd still have trouble with Colby Covington, no matter how
well,
much
yeah,
he
I
hates
think
that guy.
I think the
You know,
takedowns would be a problem.
you know
for
and
him.
what?
just
And-
the activity too. Colby is just an active fighter.
He
that
does
throws
have a bite.
Tons of punches.
He's good. Even though you want to take it to him because he talks so much smack.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
a very good fighter, very well rounded, and I think he uses that by getting on your nerves.
He does.
He uses it big
Forces
time.
you to fight angry
Yeah,
rather than
exactly,
smart.
exactly.
You know.
That's
And-
why we expected so much out of the pre-fight from him and Diaz because they both do that. Like they both get in your head and make you just don't care.
But when they're both the same people, it's hard
Yep.
to disrespect each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's so much respect in
There
there.
was respect going in.
There was.
There was
Yeah,
big,
no.
big time.
yeah. I don't know about a rematch though. They were right out the gate. Everyone's like, "Oh, rematch this, rematch that." It's like,
Yeah.
but what are you going to run back? Like it's like
I don't see 4 and 5 being any different than 1, 2, or 3.
Yeah, the first 3.
George didn't look. I could see if George looked tired
or was like starting to miss and starting to get real.
But I actually thought Diaz's best advantage is when he was on the ground.
Yeah,
when they were locked in. Other than that, he was getting taken apart.
But he was all the significant strike were being landed. Masvidal was dictating the pace. Like all these people going, oh, rematch right away.
Hey, didn't you like the way he ran in for the knee?
Yeah, that was spectacular.
We all had to expect that, though. Like I think Nate was the only one who didn't expect that.
And then took off circle, and that was perfect.
Yeah, he was saying something too.
Smart.
He's like, you got jokes, you got jokes.
He took off. Come on.
Yeah.
He got mad at himself, kind of. Like
for a second, he felt he bought. Yeah, exactly.
He made me flinch in front of everybody.
Because he assumed it was coming, and he said, "No, I'm not going to be there." And then when he realized it wasn't, he was like, "Man, you made me look stupid right now."
For a little while, I thought he was a kid in the backyard. Then he said, "No, hell with that. Let's throw him."
But that was great fight. He was just picking them apart. Not picking them apart, but was landing what he wanted to land it, set it up right, landed it clean, landed it flush too many times.
You had to love when he came in with Scarface.
Oh
my God!
His whole theme for this whole fight, the white suit, the red shirt, the press conference suit. I mean, all of it. It's just that's just Miami Beach all over, dude. He personifies Miami Beach. But
no, he does.
I see what you mean about Covington, though. It would be a little more difficult than I think people are giving him credit for.
Yeah.
But I think they're also looking at that fight right there and thinking, okay, well, rounds 2 and 3, after about 2.5 or 3, Covington's going to slow down.
But he doesn't. He's got the highest output
for that
in
size.
history.
Yeah, for that size.
He breaks records every time he fights for the most punches thrown. I mean, look at Robbie Lawler. He never stopped.
Yeah, that's true.
He doesn't stop.
He doesn't.
I mean, he has cardio 4 days, and that's that doesn't.
But have we seen him have cardio against anybody that's going to put the amount of punches in his face on a consistent landing basis? Like people just kind of strike at him.
Yeah,
he's never really had somebody just
coming at him. A lot less.
Honestly,
not
a lot less
much
punches.
volume,
Exactly.
Honestly, for the last 3 fights, people have been waiting for that, and he just keeps winning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they thought Robbie was going to handle him because of the wrestling and
the striking. Yeah, but Robbie's kind of on the tail end though too.
Beat the crap out of Robbie though, but still, I mean, Robbie's still hurting people.
Yeah, but the UFC is doing kind of a funny thing.
From 5 below against Robbie, he's got a good chance.
Robbie's turning into Cowboy.
He's still a top 10 fighter.
You kind of, but the thing is, the UFC is, I think they're starting to see where some of their older lions are starting to they're getting real freaking close to having to transition out.
Yeah,
and they're kind of trying to, I think, build the younger guys off of them, or people that are bringing in. I think they wanted whoever was more marketable to win that fight.
People are going to pay because they hate him so much.
Got the biggest following out of both of them. If you go social media wise, even though Robbie's not out there acting a fool, I mean, he does
that's true. He's not over there.
You can just
putting Dana on blast on blackjack tables.
Exactly. You can just stick Robbie on a poster, and everybody's like, "That's Robbie Lawler."
Yeah,
but you still have to be a hardcore fan to know.
Still has those one-hitter quitters, man.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's why the money's different in the pay. If you look at the
money's significantly different, way different, like almost a whole digit more different.
That's
yeah,
what I'm saying.
Let's talk about that because social media was posting when they were comparing the paychecks.
$50K to like the 250 or something, 2 million or something.
The Carnello
like that.
money to the UFC money.
32 million, yeah,
to 500,000.
Yeah,
which it's not a fair comparison.
It's really not.
If
the
you
amount
look
of money
at,
it's almost a cheap shot.
Yeah, it's.
I mean,
it's not even a cheap shot. I would call it an ignorant statement because
boxing's
it's
just so
inaccurate.
much further
it's inaccurate
along
data.
still. Than the UFC still hasn't caught up to.
That's
boxing.
one fight out of a many. That's a whole different contract as compared to a contract by fight, by fight.
But either way, that $32 million would have paid for that whole fight card in the UFC.
Yeah.
So but the difference is, like I said, boxing is worldwide famous. UFC's getting there on a global
they're
scale.
Expanding their markets a little bit.
They're expanding their markets, but they're still not. They don't have that history and tradition that boxing does. So, I mean, they're always going to get more eyeballs at this point, you know. And it was smart. You know, people were knocking the boxing for having those guys wait to.
I was going to talk to you about that. That was smart too.
That's smart.
Very smart.
Why not?
Exactly.
Hey, it lets your people at the arena enjoy
and he
the
played
show.
He played it on top.
Played it on the TV.
Yeah,
it's
like, hey, we support you, UFC.
Go ahead, guys. Have at it, because I know all of you guys are going to come watch my. I know I did. As soon as that fight was over, I was like, click.
Yeah. I was clicking back and forth.
Oh yeah, I was ready.
When he told me that decision was made,
I think it was made long in advance. It just wasn't publicly released until that night because they didn't want to have the backlash until after it happens, because then your money's already spent. You know what I mean?
Because you can't make that decision day of. That's a panic decision.
But you probably increase your buys by another 50,000 by letting people have a chance to go over there and switch.
Yeah. And it's not what sport is what sport. A boxing, MMA, a fan period is going to want to watch both. Whether they tape one and watch the other one later, they're going to want to watch it.
They're still going to give the view to it. Yeah. But now the question now is what I've always been waiting for is, will they now stop running large events on the same damn night?
Never.
You've literally seen them now have to make an adjustment to the timing of their card to accommodate.
That's going to be the antidote.
Accommodate what was seen as a large fight that they're like, dude, we should find another way around this. Why not just have it on
Dana White and Golden Boy? Okay, first of all, they don't get along. They hate each other.
Yeah.
So neither one wanted to back down.
Nitpick on each other no matter what. But they're on two different platforms now, so it's different. So before, these guys had to battle over the pay-per-view channel.
Now it's DAZN.
Now it's DAZN versus ESPN Plus. Yeah. So it don't matter anymore.
Yeah, because you have a subscription.
You don't have to call, like
or lock that date in.
And lock that date in because it's on a different app. So it doesn't matter.
But you got to love it. One took MGM Grand, which explodes, and the other one got Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
So take your pick. It really doesn't matter.
And that was such a big time difference too. You've got Las Vegas and New York.
Yeah.
So they're going to stay up to watch the New York fight.
That's why I guarantee you, if boxing was on the East Coast, they wouldn't have done it. They wouldn't have had their fighters waiting until 1 in the morning.
You'd have your fans on the West Coast waiting up a whole other hour.
Exactly.
You'd have the fighters
knowing that they're on the West
hour.
Coast, and by 10 o'clock they can still get this thing popping, they're good to go. So and the people that already bought it on the East Coast already paid for it anyway. So it doesn't matter.
They watch it.
They're going to watch it. You know what I mean? That's just what people do on the East Coast. They stay up till 1 in the morning to watch Monday Night Football. You know what I mean? Like that's just their schedule.
Well, of course. Yeah. Richard, I want to talk about who's on that poster. Do you have that poster? That poster that's taking place in January. Do we have access to that? We'll pull up. There you go, right there.
Beautiful poster too. Great job, Steve.
Was that fight hard to make? Was that a no-brainer, or was that just what needed to be done right now? This early in the career of Valor.
It was a no-brainer.
I was gonna say it's probably the easiest decision
fight.
ever.
I already had that fight ready from
the second you probably signed.
As soon as the tournament was done. I wanted it to happen. They wanted it to happen. That's the great part. These guys wanted it to happen too. They both want to fight the best of the best.
That's good.
Especially later in their careers. There's no time to play really. It's just like let's get in there and get it done.
Max profit, limited shelf life.
It's a great fight, and no matter win or lose, both guys still have plenty of left in the tank to where they can easily be fighting again a year later. If they do the right things and beat the right people. And
These two guys can pioneer this thing.
They can
and just take it and put the whole business and put the whole bare knuckle on their shoulders. And because sky's the limit.
Yeah.
Talk about reinventing your whole career. Talk about your career's not over, and the whole story, especially with LeVar Johnson. I won't get into detail, but his whole story alone.
It's amazing. It is amazing, like I said, and I'm all for second chances.
Absolutely.
Some people have their opinions, and they can stick them up their ass, but I'm all for it. Like I said, there's certain things that I don't forgive, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in certain cases, I understand situations, and to me, like I said, when I compare this to an NFL player like Kareem Hunt, LeVar didn't get to buy his way out of trouble.
No.
He had to actually go to jail and serve time and take away from his life rather than these rich NFL players and these Floyd Mayweathers who just pay a fine, go do some fake treatment, you know what I mean? They're not rehabilitated. They just bought their way out of it. So to me, if anybody deserved a second chance, it's the man that actually went and did his time and rehabilitated legitimately, not bought his way out of it.
And not only that, Rich, I spoke to him. He's turning around and he's actually helping people. He's actually stepping up and helping people instead of keeping to himself what he went through and the choices he made. Now he's using it for the positive.
Exactly. And so, I mean, if that's the guy doesn't deserve a second chance, then I don't know who does.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just an outstanding fight, though. And man, I'm like I said, as a fan of sports, just sitting there that night watching this take place was just a weird. It was so.
We got to go, Cole. We got to get down there.
You have to. It was such a different experience. Like you're like after that when that first fight that was on the prelims that you guys didn't even get to see at the time, I was just like, man, this shit's real. This is some real deal shit. These dudes are slanging them. Like this is.
It's different than watching boxing, and it's different than watching MMA.
It is.
Because it's just like I feel like I'm in 1930.
It's
ridiculous. Like,
legit.
they're banging.
It's real bangers. You know, it's real. Like I said, there's no hand protection to.
It's a fist fight.
You have to be really precise, or else you could make mistakes, and you could be out of a fight. You know, and even we had.
There's that guy Lamas.
Yep, I'm sure you'll be seeing those guys soon too.
South promoter, man.
Well, okay,
good dude.
Okay, I'm sure you've been asked this before. Then after it happened, what did you guys think of that late? I won't even say late. Just failure to stop the fight.
That's what my concern was. Like, if they had actually rang the bell when they were supposed to, we wouldn't even be talking about this right now. They would be going into the next round.
Because you can hear the bell go off.
No, only on the TV. It didn't actually go off in the place.
Okay, see, that's what's
and
misleading.
That's where the difference is too. Is like not always is the TV timer matched up with the timer.
Yeah, no, but
stuff happens. You
yeah.
know, even in the UFC, you'll see it like a 2 second, half a second delay, because from when the timekeeper hits start compared to when the TV starts,
there's a lag. Yeah,
sometimes there's a split second lag. To me, it seemed like a couple seconds. Though when I
there
watched
was
the
a
video,
significant. There's a
where it was
significant
sitting on zero
difference.
for a minute. So that's where I understand JC's frustration in that part, like where it wouldn't have happened if that's the case. I don't really see it as a headbutt though. Watching the replays and being
I was
live,
looking
it
for the
looked like
headbutt
the
too.
punch landed more.
Yeah.
The head kind of slid by it, but it wasn't. To me personally, I didn't see it being the cut causing situation.
Yeah.
So there was a couple,
There's some variables in that
variables in there.
well,
so why sit here and argue about it? We'll just run it back.
Okay,
I was about
so
to say that. Is that what the plans are, just to run it back?
I'm sure
so
they are.
that's where the confusion, because me and JC were like kind of like arguing about it almost.
Yeah.
Like we had a major disagreement. I can see where he's coming from, because from our perspective, you hear the horn go off.
Yeah.
And then he stops the fight, and I'm like, dude, why are you blaming the timekeeper? The ref blew it. Like the ref totally blew it. Why are you blaming the timekeeper? You can hear the horn go off. 1,000, 2,000. Oh, there goes the ref. Like, dude, that's his fault.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, it was the timekeeper didn't. I was like, so
Hey,
that
just
clears
roll
up
That's
the
because,
confusion.
like I said, you have a brr on your TV.
Yeah,
and then
so
you
knowing
have
that they
your
didn't do,
actual-
what was their reason for screwing the pooch on the sideline there?
I didn't know until after the show. So I didn't get to
okay.
go and watch the actual tape and see
Okay.
the differences, because I'm not watching it on my phone. I'm busy.
Okay, so you didn't have
So
the
I
live.
didn't have the live actual. I just seen what happened, was like, oh crap, and assumed that it was a headbutt as well. 'Cause
Yeah.
From when you're live,
Yeah,
and it
until you have a
happens so
chance to
quick.
actually sit back and watch
Then when
the
I
different
got to go
angles.
home, take a look, see the clock, see the time, see the punch, then I was like, okay, so there's actually faults, that were outside of the fighters that they can't control. So, and the only thing you can do is let them fight again.
Yeah.
You
It's
can't-
not like it was a
there's
one-sided
nothing
fight
they
or
can
anything.
protest.
Yeah, it's not like it was a
there's
one-sided
nothing
fight.
you can protest.
Listen,
the
man,
timekeeper's going to
they
say,
both
I
get the
changed that.
opportunity
It's
to
still
bring
going to
it
be a
back.
no contest no matter what. I'm just glad it didn't end where somebody took an L
Yeah.
for that purpose. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So at least it was just
Like got dropped or something at the last
Yeah,
second. There,
exactly.
when that fight should have already been stopped.
exactly.
Yeah,
So at
that's
least nobody's
But,
got
but
an
you
L
got
on the
to
record.
remember, Lamas has a schedule.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Dude,
no, he does.
dude's
And he's
active.
going to be fighting in
November
Bakersfield
9th.
boxing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boxing, bro.
On the
Ninth.
8th,
Bro,
9th?
Ninth.
he'll put a gi on. He'll put some small gloves on. Go bare knuckle. Put some boxing gloves on. I mean, and then
He's a grinder.
and then make
That's-
a rap album.
That's
Well,
what
same
we
time.
need to see in MMA. We need to see
Yeah.
what you just described. We need a gi jiu-jitsu tournament in the morning, followed by a no-gi, followed by a boxing match, followed by an MMA, and then finished off with a bare knuckle box. It will be like the Olympics of MMA
Yeah.
in one day.
Yeah.
That'd be
You
something.
will earn points based on which of these you compete
You
in.
see how versatile you are.
And yeah, how much fighting do you really know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now that's
You
a
just
fun
probably
idea.
won't make it to the bare knuckle part, because if you've already
Man.
boxed and done MMA, you're probably going to be toasted by that time.
That would make for some interesting late fights.
You might have to do the bare knuckle first after the jiu-jitsu.
Yeah,
You
and
could
see
do
if
like-
you can
Make-
hope nobody
if you
stops
last,
the fight
if
because
you
the
last the
cuts.
bare knuckle, then you deserve to go do the other stuff. You know what I mean? If you make it through the hardest
And-
part.
but
Dudes
they-
are gonna come into the boxing section all just split up
Split up.
already.
But
and
JC's
stuff.
gonna make-
Stitched up, ready to go.
JC's gonna make sure everybody has to do a rap album too. He'll
Oh,
be the
yeah.
other one there,
Dude,
too.
yeah, there'll be like a wrap off at the end. You'll have to freestyle flow. Yeah, for the grand champion.
There you go. There you go.
That would-
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah, no,
I could see
You knocked it out.
I could see DJ Lamas.
Yeah, no, I love
make it
love
happen.
JC. That's why I brought him out there. I knew
No, he's-
styles make fights, and he's an entertaining
He makes-
individual.
yeah,
he
he makes
promotes
styles.
himself like crazy. He's really good for a brand.
Believes
he's just
in his
a hard
product and-
worker.
Well, JC, if you're watching, dude, I mean, sorry for the disagreement. I was under the impression everyone could hear that bell. As I'm finding out, Rich just said, oh, yeah, that's only on the TV. You don't actually hear it in the arena. Okay, so I could see where the confusion was. So, but yeah, no, that's a running back. That's not like it was a one-sided
he's cool
fight.
People, man.
Dude, yeah,
I wish I could go
but,
see him tonight.
But now, if it because like we were both very passionate about it, and I was just like, dude, that doesn't make sense, bro. The horn went off. You're not hearing me. Like I couldn't understand. I was confused why he couldn't understand my perspective. And
He's gonna call you later on. Call my friend. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
He's gonna write a song about it. I was right. You were wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna come train with me, yeah? Yeah, that'd be it, dude. I'd be at the cast next week. So how was JC's gym?
Not probably a cast. You probably have your ankle.
It was all Snap me at the knee. Oh, it was awesome. I loved training. It was awesome.
Yeah. So
no, that would be a fun idea. Or just have like an Olympics. I mean, jiu-jitsu is gonna be an Olympic sport in soon. I know it's going to be one of the next two Olympics. It's already being petitioned.
See, that's already taking place. See, Richard already got that call, and he's not telling us right now. They're already saying, look, I got this plan. I got this dream right here. Listen, when you first got the call, because I mean, I want to say another promoter's name, but you told me, this other promoter reached out to you. How many times do you get contacts with different ideas, but you just knew this one was going to follow through?
Yeah, no, I get hit up quite a bit, to do different things, and this one I just felt like now's the time.
This is the one.
This is the one, just because, like I said, it's got good leadership, good experience involved in the thing, and then they gave me a free rein to make fights, and I was just
handcuffs.
No handcuffs. You know what I mean? And
did you get a budget?
Of course,
right,
but I'm always under budget. That's how I work. So
sure, it was very flexible.
I knew that this is a potential to be something special, and I didn't want to take any chances of missing that opportunity. So I put everything off and said, I'm going to put my 100% focus on this, and we're going to go balls to the wall. And
did they give you a fight card budget beforehand, or did they say, tell us who you're thinking of and what you think it would cost?
Well, no, we had an expense sheet basically with our CFO and stuff set up, expenses for the whole show basically, and they kind of asked me what I would like to work with. So I gave them some ideas of what, depending on what they want is what I can do, So we all came to an agreement on a specific amount, and I think we did a great job with that money.
Fantastic job.
Yeah. So I think as long as the money's well spent and they're not going to
as long as the fighters are doing their part, which is
and not
help branding and putting on good fights. That's
you didn't see one person leave the event and say, "Oh, they treated me like
Oh yeah, no. Everybody involved with that, I saw nothing but positive. They're like, "Oh, I loved fighting for them. I can't wait to fight again."
Well, it's what captivates you is just that logo, the name, and Shamrock on there. Almost like the Godfather of freaking MMA bare knuckle.
Done it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like not to talk bad about the competition, but it's not like some.
Yeah, guy just wearing a suit.
Just wearing
a business guy,
comes in there and is trying to take money away from fighters for not performing because you've never been in there and fought.
Yeah. You see Ken walking around, and at any given time he's still a badass. So be careful what you say and how you approach the man.
Exactly right. Dude will snatch the life out of you,
absolutely,
man.
Yeah, he still is in great shape. I don't know if you've seen his wrestling just recently. The dude was doing flips over the ropes and stuff at 55. Like I can't even do that at 38.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I stand next to him and I'm looking at my arm and looking at his like, geez.
Like where did I go wrong?
Yeah, I mean he's just
a genetic freak,
a competitor, a genetic freak, hard worker. He's still in the gym every day.
Well, he
travels a lot, does so many different things, and I mean, you couldn't ask for a better person to promote your event.
Yeah, like someone who's been there, done
that.
Done
that,
smart.
Understands. He's fought with gloves, without gloves. He understands the safety, the differences. Respecting fighters, that's where we all have an advantage. Like I said, you look at most of the competitors that are in our business, none of those guys have guys that have actually fought really working for them. They might pay an Anthony Johnson to go sit by the ring, but he ain't the one calling you to book your fight.
Yeah,
he ain't the one
following up to make
he's
sure.
Just there for a picture.
Hey, did you get picked up?
Exactly. How was your trip? How did you how
do you
airport rides?
Smoking, non-smoking room.
Whatever,
what do you need?
they're not, so I think that's what's going to set us apart. Not only are we finding the best quality fights, but we're also taking care of fighters as best as possible because every person on this team has pretty much fought. Todd Middendorp, who I work with, who used to own Cage Combat. he's fought, you know, boxing, and he's fought MMA.
So he knows exactly all the things fighters are going to go through at the day of weigh-ins, before weigh-ins.
Rich's job is easy because he doesn't even have to contact. They're contacting him, the fighters, instead of him going after the fighters. He has to put you on a waiting list and say, okay, well, let me see where I can put you.
I feel like I found a new company to work for, man.
Yeah,
exactly. Like it's the company where fighters go to work for, and I'm like, dude, that's...
There you are.
Yep, right, see, Cabbage Carrera said, make sure you mention me in the interview.
Oh, Hawaii on the reach out.
Yep. So we might be pulling out.
What's up, Cabbage? You just got mentioned to me, go.
Yep.
What's happening, my man?
Good timing, bro.
Hey, there's room for you here on the Fighter's Voice. Come to the studio, my man. Just bring some food. And we're good.
I mean, I'm sure people would love to see someone like that go out there and go bananas.
Cabbage would have a pretty good following because he's old school. Yep. Like he'd have a good following.
And he's took some time off. So, you know, like one thing I take into consideration too, you know, like I said, I'm not trying to knock the other show. It's just I see the mistakes that they're making, you know.
Well, yeah, that's
Gonzaga versus Bigfoot, like they see that as like some big huge fight. I see that as like, man, why are you doing this to these poor guys? The dude has been knocked out 9 times out of his last 10 fights.
It's trying to book names so that they think it'll bring views.
And not even taking in consideration the fighter safety. They're willing to sign Vanderlei Silva, who just admitted to having 8 out of 10 symptoms for CTE. Like, where do you draw the line? And you know, I see some of this next card coming up. Half those guys reach out to me, and I turn them down just because of those reasons. Like, I just don't see it's safe for them, nor do I see them trying to be a champion.
Yeah,
see, those guys are just out there to get a paycheck.
Yes, there's a different drive there.
They're just out to collect a paycheck. They're not actually, like, LeVar's trying to be a champion. Godbeer's trying to be a champion.
Yeah. And
you know what I mean?
That so
Mighty Mo fought his ass off and was trying to be a champion, even though he's 48 years old.
Yeah.
But you look at his record, he's not just getting knocked out every week.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? He's
like
still winning fights. He's 12-6 in MMA.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he's still winning
fights.
Friday,
isn't he? Mo Lawler, right?
I don't know if he is, actually. I didn't get to check. I don't know. He was healing up from a little finger injury.
Oh, okay. No.
But, you know, Sokuju, these guys, they all have wins recently. They're not just, like, been getting their faces planted.
Yeah, exactly.
10 straight fights. And so that's one thing that we as a company take into consideration. You know, we'd love to have those names, but if you're not here to try to become a champion, we don't want to use your name just for that purpose.
Yeah, where some organizations will say, we just want to use your name. And they'll go, okay, cool, pay me, I'll take a fight.
Hector Lombard's been knocked out. How many times his last? He hasn't won a fight since 2014, and then you're announcing signing him. Yeah. And it's just like, why?
Hey, later on in one of your shows, just put together a grudge match. Just some guys from regular Joe say, okay, you really want to fight? I'm going to put you over here on this event. As you guys get established, I'm talking about some celebrities or somebody just popping off where you're thinking, okay, you want to match you up?
It could happen in the future for sure.
Yeah,
you know, I'd be down for it, you know, for sure. Absolutely. We just want to build the brand first.
Yeah, exactly. The fight got to make sense.
We don't want to be, you know, the celebrity death match or celebrity boxing, you know.
So let somebody else.
Only reason is because the rematch that needs to be set is Escovedo and the Apache kid against Martinez, man.
Uh-oh.
I mean, because he keeps talking about it, man.
Yeah.
My man keeps talking about it.
Yeah.
Goodman knows exactly why. Good luck with that.
Yeah, not happening.
No.
You guys have battled it out in some chess or some checkers or something.
Yeah, there you go. Play some slot machines.
Hey, Bobby still says, man, hey, man, I had him. I was close, but now he has
no, hell yeah,
he has mad respect for you.
Dude, I had the first one that we made after that fight. Thank God for takedowns, bro.
He has mad respect for you.
Twice in that fight, I was walking backwards on my heel going, wow, what day is it? Just going, come close so I could shoot. No.
He was just a balls-to-the-wall fighter at that time.
Dude, he hit like
no
a
fear
brick.
and just throwing punches.
I think I cracked him like once good, and he backed up, and I was like, oh, okay. And all Bob Cook had to say in between those legs was, dude, just blast him in the legs. Mm-hmm. Blast him in the legs. You're going to eat one. Blast him in the legs. And I'm like, okay. He's like, dude, you just keep eating him. Blast him in the legs. I was like, all right.
That's a good dude right there, man.
Oh,
dude, he's a great guy. Dude. But that's not going to happen. That's not.
Not even Nate? Can't put Nate in there?
Who, Nate Diaz?
No, not Nate Diaz.
I was like, that dude split my wig open
Nate Wren, man.
Oh,
we got to let Rich know who Nate Wren is.
I know Nate Wren.
This dude's everywhere.
Everywhere.
He is freaking everywhere. But I don't know how I don't know how he does it. Because he'll be in New York and then he'll be in Vegas 3 hours apart.
He's got like a travel budget.
And he'll shoot live. Instagram. He'll be live. Nate's live.
Travel budget, man.
Bro.
But you could hit live and still have a pre-recorded video, I'm sure.
I don't know what he's doing, man.
But I mean,
if you set it up right, they have these utensils on your social media like Sprout that you can
So you know Nate?
Yeah, Nate Rand. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
I don't know. I think
he hit me up a few years ago when he first started making his pages and stuff, and trying to get his name out there. And then I came back just recently. I was like, holy crap, this dude's got all kinds of.
Hey, we're talking about
like he'd be good for a travel marketing team. Like he would be a guy for a travel.
I see him with Aaron Tohill all the time too. Is that his girl?
Like dude, I have no. They're really good friends. I have no idea.
I'm like, damn.
He built that interest.
Is that your girl?
That's like the only time he kind of smiled a little bit, like.
Get a pick and squeeze a little.
No, he didn't smile. He just opened his eyes more.
The guy's everywhere, man.
Yeah, he's doing. And it baffles me how these dudes can do that. Like where the funding comes from, where everything.
That I would love to know. Where does the funding come from?
We did a show in Stockton. He showed up just for a couple hours. The show wasn't even done. He goes, I got to catch a train because I got to go to back to Bakersfield. But I'm gonna go meet with Camacho Jr. somewhere.
Yeah,
go running with him or something. I'm like, okay. So he showed up just for a little bit.
Yeah, so he must have a booking agent or something that's got him on the ends.
Something, bro, because he is all over the place.
Yeah, everywhere I look, I see him posting stuff, and it just, like I said, I watch his page grow.
He's
like the Schmo. It's just like that guy, the Schmo.
Yeah, but you never see him marketing anything. He's not advertising anything. He's not advertising any products.
So and so.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's just building his page. And then eventually he'll be doing like the Schmo, like here's some CBD oil, take some drops.
You know what? I don't know.
Or the cream, you never. I mean, money talks.
You know what's funny?
But you might have money from
And that's what I'm saying is the fact that
he has a budget.
I think he has a budget.
He has to have a budget.
I don't know.
Somebody asked me one time, Richard, how far do you go? I said, as far as my budget to take me.
Yeah.
Well, he clearly has a budget, but he's not advertising anything, which just even builds even more intrigue. He's
still growing his following though.
No, but I see.
But it's a matter of being.
I saw him on the microphone.
He
was doing a presentation in Bakersfield.
I mean, we're talking about him.
Yeah, we're giving him a shout out.
Well, if you go to the second season, seventh week of Ballers, he's on there. He's desperate. No, he's.
I was like, okay, now something's making sense.
Ballers is what's up.
I was like, it just ended.
Hey, well, I know. I know it just stopped like that. I didn't even say bye or nothing because I figured.
Fifth season done.
Yeah, that was it.
Did they even have a good run or did they just cancel?
It was a great show.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't think it was canceled. I just think The Rock has so much stuff going on.
Well, he was busy getting ready to present that belt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
so what you think about Diaz's take on the bout? Did you hear the interview afterwards? Where he goes, "Man, F the Rock, man."
Yeah, but then he calmed it down a little bit.
He was like, "You caught me at a bad moment, man."
He was respectively.
Because that's a rough moment for. But you funny.
Well, I mean, you figure it was all obviously set up for him. Not for Nate.
Yeah.
You have the guy from Miami given to a fighter from Miami.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I think The Rock just happened to be from Miami. I mean,
not just happened to be.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not a coincidence.
But he did bring up a good point.
The UFC don't do things for no reason.
Nah, they never do anything by accident.
Not at all. And the fight was on the East Coast.
I mean, I don't necessarily know if I think they wanted Masvidal to win.
They were just in Tampa 2 weeks before that. You know what I mean? They could have done it there.
Cole, stop arguing with the man. He knows what he's talking about right now.
I don't know. I can't see
why would you pick The Rock out of all people when you
The Rock. I thought you were talking about like Jorge Masvidal.
No. We're saying it was.
Well, with The Rock,
They said they wanted Jorge to win that fight.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, why else would you have The Rock and everything else and the fight on the East Coast?
Nate's more marketable. He sells himself better. Like Nate just goes out there.
But what did he just do for Masvidal now though? Now who's the talker?
Yeah,
whose interviews are we watching after the fight now?
Exactly.
Eating pizza, drinking beer.
Exactly.
But that's a post-fight press conference. We're watching that anyway.
No, he's more vocal than ever now. And he's letting it all go. He's adopted that character. This is who he is. He's not turning that light off.
We're now seeing
it's on. Yeah.
We're just now seeing that.
It's all up to the company.
No, not just that. We're now promoting that.
How much of him did you see before the Till fight?
None. We're now promoting that.
That's because it's up to the company. It's up to the company.
Well, obviously.
The UFC could go.
Why do you think they sent
if they wanted to make me famous, they could just share me on every single thing.
Well, you are famous. That's why you're on the damn show.
We saw that when they had Derek Lewis fight.
They could make me have 1 million followers if they wanted to.
Exactly.
Just like they did it with Conor. He was winning fights.
They give us a whole class on this.
If you put all of your marketing into these guys, you're going to build them up. So it's up to them. They want to make. They gave Masvidal the opportunity. Now they're going to run with him for sure.
Well, yeah,
they had it. I mean, as a fight matchmaker, I mean, 99 out of 100 times Masvidal is going to beat Diaz.
After watching that fight, I don't agree with a rematch immediately at all.
It doesn't make sense, man.
Yeah. That'd be like that's 2
rounds.
No offense to Nate or anything, but that's like saying, Conor deserves a rematch agaast Khabib. No, he didn't, dude. He got crushed for 4 rounds and then choked out like a little girl.
He could probably get it though, just because.
But he pulls tickets, man.
That's what I'm saying.
He does. That's just all that is. It's just
Masvidal's going to be the ticket seller
going to be the
next
fight for him. for Khabib.
For
I think
Khabib,
Ferguson's
most
gonna be the
likely.
next one. Yeah.
But I mean, who?
That can change.
I mean, I'm excited for the fight, but I mean,
but
outside
are you as
of
excited
the,
as you used to be though? Like
Not
Conor's
for
kind
that
of starting to
fight.
get on people's nerves now.
Yeah,
to the
I don't
point
care
where,
about
like,
Conor at all. I wouldn't even pay for his fight.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody even
You
cares.
know, he's just an asshole to me.
But I
Sorry.
guess, no,
It's all good.
Okay, yeah.
But
he's
I mean,
just an
I don't
ass.
see a rematch immediately. Like if
I
I
don't-
see Nate just crush the next guy he fights, and I'd be like,
Conor
yeah, of
should be
course.
forced to fight Nate again. I mean, that just makes sense. They both have 1-1. They both are coming off losses.
At what weight?
They
Yeah.
both
Yeah,
170.
50 yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Diaz isn't making 165 or 155,
55,
even
yeah.
a catch weight. Nothing.
He could if he really wanted to. He's slim, but he likes.
He's
not
a big
having-
boy, though.
He's tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Not-
lanky.
not big.
Yeah, he's not big.
Yeah, I
he's
guess that-
lanky.
well, I guess that light
That's
long
why he
head.
Yeah,
deceptively
yeah.
makes 170 look so small.
Easy.
Like he looks
Yeah.
small for 170er, and that's because he's lanky.
That's because he's tall. Yeah.
Yeah, he's super tall and lanky. But
he's-
yeah, he was. I think 4 and 5 rounds probably. It's not like we were talking. It's not like Jorge
Yeah,
was
I
getting
could see
tired.
if Jorge was gassing in the third.
Yeah, but there was no sign
and
of
Nate got a
that.
takedown at the end of the round and was on top of him.
Maybe
I
change
think
some
America got
momentum.
to see what they wanted to see and what they knew they would see, and they're going to move on from
Yeah.
that.
And-
And talking about moving on, I want to talk about the
Yep.
Crusher, and I want to talk about Canelo.
Mm-hmm.
Did that fight go longer than you thought it would go? Did it go the way you wanted it to go? What were you impressed with? And do you agree with the knockout's a knockout?
Yeah, I was impressed with Kovalov because I
Was
thought
there something missing in your
I
opinion?
just think he wasn't releasing on his punches. He was fighting scared. Is
Not
what it looked to
committing
me.
to the punch?
Not committing to any of his punches because he's got some good power. He's a big dude.
Yes, he does.
And all of his punches, he just was pulling back, not actually like sitting down on them.
Exactly. I
And
agree
I
with
think
you.
that's where he hurt himself, you know. And I mean, in that 11th round, I mean, it was just a clip that caught him. Other than that,
clip
it would have
little.
been a decision. That left hook kind of stunned him on top of the temple, and then it just opened up for that right.
Do you think he was maybe afraid if he committed and missed that Canelo's counter striking would be too much to recover?
I think he
from?
was worried about the speed.
Yeah,
That's
so
where-
that's why he
yeah.
probably wasn't committed.
So
'cause
he
like,
fought
if
a
I
smart
miss-
fight because he made it to that fight to the 11th round, and on the scorecards, in my opinion, it was close, within a round from each other. So I mean,
The game plan was
the
obviously
game plan was obviously
initiated, yeah.
initiated, and that's what he was trying to do. He just messed up, but it always happens like that. You know, guys like Amir Khan, same thing. You know, has so much speed and agility and all this great stuff, but
then-
clack. Done.
Yeah.
You know, and
Which what you wouldn't even
I
expect
think
to be a
if,
dropping
if,
punch.
If Amir Khan had the chin, he'd probably be the best fighter on the planet.
Yeah.
Dude is just. I mean, I wish come to Bare Knuckle, please. You know what I mean? I love that guy.
Yeah.
Love
Could you
well,
imagine Dillashaw or Cruz in bare knuckle?
Yeah, you know, it would be insane. But
way
I
they
just don't.
move.
I wouldn't so much want Cruz, more Dillashaw, because Cruz isn't really a committed puncher either. We're looking for knockouts.
he just throws flashes.
We want some bangers. You know
exactly,
what I mean?
exactly.
We
I want
don't-
to talk to you really quick more about that fight.
Yeah.
I thought first of all, Kovalov fought a terrific game plan.
Yeah.
Trainer Buddy McGirt, 3-time world champion. They had a game plan. It was set. And I
Yep.
thought when he was kind of pity-patty with his punches, kind of like Roberto Duran when he paused with the left jab, not one time did he fully commit with that right hand.
Yeah.
One time and it caught a glove. And I was thinking, okay, good, let him feel your power. I don't know if you caught it or not. The second round, that beautiful left hook to the body.
Yeah.
And he stopped.
Stopped.
He stopped.
He should have
And
been
I was thinking,
committing to
where
the
in the hell
body
did that
more.
body shot
Yeah,
come from?
yeah.
And he could have kept doing that.
Yep. And I think since they prepped him for this fighting style,
Yeah.
they're basically prepping him mentally to be scared.
Did you see the size of that freaking
You know what
ring?
I mean? If
Rich,
you're,
the size
I
of
know.
that ring was a freaking phone booth, my man.
I know.
Oh,
They
super
did-
small,
it's-
huh?
And a champion walked in the ring first,
well, that's because Canelo's the A.
Yep.
He's the A. You know,
even though he wasn't the champion.
even though he
won this
wasn't the
fight.
champ, he's still the A in the. You know what
Yeah,
I mean
yeah,
in boxing,
exactly.
the A and the B. So that's basically the cuts and everything else.
okay.
So the A fighter determines the glove size, determines
the ring
size.
Okay,
color
so
of the
he
corner,
picked the size of the ring to play to his
Everything
advantage.
was
then.
all
Oh, yeah.
Golden Boy.
Okay.
Everything was all
But see, Kovalov
Canelo.
looking at it like I'm getting fat
He
paycheck
is getting paid more than he's ever got paid in his life.
in his life, and so he can retire. It don't matter if he loses or not, and that's why I think mentally he fought like that.
But I wanted him to at least. I was pulling for Canelo, believe it or not. But I wanted him to at least land a right hand. Maybe even
Yeah, I
drop,
wanted to see a
drop
bigger
him,
dude hit
just
him.
so I can say, hey, it's just not handed to him. This guy didn't come here just to lay down.
Yeah.
Right.
Great game plan. He just didn't unleash
But
that right
unfortunately,
hand.
we still have to say that because Canelo still
He is the best.
He's just I
I'm not saying at 175. I'm talking about pound for pound because of the opposition he's fought. Whether they're on their way out, Rich, or not.
still
the
think he lost to
names.
Triple G.
Oh
So,
no, I agree with you there.
you know
There's
what I
no
mean?
arguing with me there.
And I mean, pound for pound, top three for sure. For sure.
Who's your number one?
I mean, it's hard to not say Lomachenko.
I will
it's
say
hard.
this. The number one guy who a lot of people want to say, I just got a call a little while ago. They go, Rich, and I would say Gilbert at Heartbeat Boxing, thank you for the invite. He said, guess who's here in my gym? That's Bud Crawford. And he said, hey, you want to come by?
Terrence,
he said, do you want to come by? And I said, I have a show. He was, can you cancel your show? Can you postpone your show? No.
Yeah.
No. I'm committed to the show. Bud Crawford, if you're there tomorrow, if I see you, hey, man, we'll rock and roll.
But pound for pound, I mean, Lomachenko's very hard to compete with, you know. But I don't think he's actually faced the caliber yet either, because he took that loss in the beginning, though. I mean, which
he did.
You know, but he should have been fighting that guy in his fourth fight.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that dude. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but I mean, he had 50-some fights.
There's a problem there if you can't. Yeah, he works at Saymart.
Yeah, I know.
But
that dude's been in some scraps. He was 36-11. I want to
Yeah.
say when he fought what's his name, but
in his debut. But it's all good.
Yeah. So I mean, Lomachenko's there, but I mean, I always was impressed with Mikey Garcia. I was just very sad how his last performance was. I thought up until that last fight where he stepped up in weight and he fought not with heart like he normally does, you know, because when he knew he was losing that fight. And typically guys like him go out on their shield. Yeah. They go, and he kind of just took the loss. But up until that point, I thought skill-wise, he was probably one of the best pound for pounds. His head movement.
A learning experience as well, too. That's a bigger man. That's a bigger man. I give him credit and big balls for taking that fight. Nobody even wanted to get in the ring with Spence.
Yeah, I know.
And
and Spence is just a beast.
Oh, he is. He's
a beast. And that's what I mean. I think if these guys were at a different weight class, they would be putting Canelo on his butt cheeks, you know.
If you were comparing them.
If I was comparing pound for pound, like I said, the tools that Spence brings to the table, I mean,
we're talking about Flip Lambo Spence, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Earl
Just
Spence,
what I'm trying. Because that's the one. Because I don't know his first name. I recognize him. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could see putting them in the same weight class.
Again, I want to bring up Crawford is in Fresno because we have a great event this Saturday. So you need to let me know. You need to let me know if you need tickets.
Got you. Let me see if I can get my butt off the. You know,
please do.
I'm literally 5 days a week. My wife's back at work now. So she's gone.
We got 10 minutes, and our other guy's going to be here at 7, but he just texted 7:05-ish, which is good because I want you to meet him before we go. Okay. And that's the main event. That's Gabriel Flores.
Yeah, Gabriel Flores from Stockton.
California.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Top ranks, undefeated. The first youngest ever.
Yeah.
And they're talking about him and King Ryan.
Oh, wow, Garcia?
They're talking about him and King Ryan.
Oh, wow, that kid's a beast.
Oh, King Ryan's a beast.
Yeah, kid's a beast. Yeah, and he's got like 3 million followers already. I was like, oh, my God.
Exactly. And Flores is a couple fights away
from making that fight. But that's the difference between boxing and MMA.
Yeah.
You could go to Nate Diaz right now, who's one of the biggest MMA fighters on the planet. He's got 1 million followers maybe on Facebook. This kid, Garcia, 3 million people. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Like 21 years old.
Yeah, he's 3 million. Not even a household name yet either, huh?
No.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Probably hadn't even barely prelims on pay-per-view fights. You know what I mean? Not even now that they don't do the Showtime anymore. That kills it.
They're going to look back.
Well, they do Showtime, not HBO.
Yeah, not HBO. Sorry.
They're going to look back on this DAZN deal years from now. And they're going to say that was the correct thing to do with boxing. Like they're going to look at because the new platform.
HBO.
I just don't see how DAZN's making $35 million off that.
I don't know how they're doing.
I don't either. I can't see that. I don't have a subscription. I'll tell you what.
Oh, it's there.
Yeah, I had it.
Well, don't you have to have it?
I got it. I get it when it's time for a fight, and then I cancel it.
That's what I was going to say. Isn't it? Don't you have to have it now to see it?
Yeah. I get the subscription when I need to.
Well, like ESPN Plus is even worse. Like you get ESPN Plus, and you still have to pay for the pay-per-view. That's like, you get a small discount though, don't you?
Yeah, $5.
Well, it's just like cable. When you had cable too, you could order Showtime for the weekend and then cancel it that Monday. I would do that when there was a fight coming up.
Get that free 72 hours.
Exactly. You got to watch your
call and complain a little bit.
Yeah, for free. Say Carlos Escovedo's making noise.
Be like, hey, I didn't see the first 4 fights. Like,
I'm about to cancel this subscription.
Give me your retention department.
Let me get the NFL ticket free too, please.
There you go. I'll take that all day.
Speaking of 3 years in a row.
Speaking of that, who's your team?
The Bears.
Oh, man, he said that like sadly, too.
I am sad.
Ty Bray. They need to bring him in.
Might as well.
Dude, come on. I mean,
might as well.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, what do you have to lose?
Bring Ty Bray in.
Trubisky is just the worst quarterback in the NFL.
Tyler Bray's dad's name is Jeff Bray. We used to call him the Giant. We used to call him the Giant.
And when you were fighting, he was
I was recognizing him, Jeff.
He dropped his son off.
Yeah, super tall.
His son played travel baseball, Richie, and his son was our shortstop. Richie was our second baseman. And we used to put together a stack team and go tour around here and just freaking kick butt.
That's how dads do it. I was the same. That's what I did for basketball.
No, you got to.
Yeah, you got to hustle.
I stacked all the kids from both high schools.
Heck yeah.
During the off season, put them together
Make
in
them
a camp.
players on the
And
off
we
season.
traveled to Vegas. We
Madero,
traveled everywhere.
Bullard, yeah.
We play. Oh,
and
yeah.
you got to tell those parents,
Yeah.
no, honestly, we're not here to have fun. We're here to
No,
win.
we're here to win.
Yeah,
Like, you guys,
we're here to win, and we're here to make
Yes.
them better athletes, right?
Exactly.
Okay. On the bus.
Exactly.
Compete,
Yeah.
you know, and it also makes it more competitive when they go back to their high schools and they play against each other because they have that friendship, but they have that competitive spirit
now.
too.
And
So,
they've got their teammates now. They can
Exactly.
take their skills to them. Yeah,
exactly.
no, dude,
So
makes
it was
everyone better.
it was awesome doing that.
good.
Was one
That's
of the
good
best
stuff, too.
experiences of my life was teaching coaching travel ball.
Oh, that's
I
awesome.
got trophies galore in my garage that I
Nice.
can't
Same
even.
here, man. I got it all put up and stuff.
Yeah, I can't
Do a
even
lot
mess
of
with it
Build a
anymore.
shelf. Got to
Yeah.
do something with them.
Yep, I will. Oh yeah, it's gonna go with my poster that I just got. You know, I have an autograph
Donate
poster.
them. Donate like one or two of the really nice ones to like the high school or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or if
Yeah.
you have some that are from like schools or like a Valley Championship.
Yeah,
something's
these are
gotta do
all
with one of the
from
locals.
yes, independent. Because basically, you know how travel ball works. It's not. It's like an independent group of people that put on events at different
water polo's
locations.
got it too. Like 559
Yeah.
water polo, they do
Yeah.
competitions, but it's an off school.
Yeah,
it's not even part
can't
of the
even
school.
have part
You
of
got
it.
to you got to register the kids.
Yeah.
And
so when I started
you
coaching
add
at
them,
the high
drop
school,
them.
yeah, I couldn't even coach travel ball once
Yeah.
I started
No,
coaching high school.
you couldn't.
Can't touch them.
And they frowned. They frowned. They go, Richard's taking all our kids. And I said, look, when I'm taking your kids, I'm not pitching them. So they're
No.
okay to pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hey, listen, your kids want. I'm stacked with 9 pitchers, bro. Come
They
on.
want to play.
wanna
Yeah,
play.
Yeah, no, they want to play up the best. I mean, that's when you
Exactly.
get to really, like I said, we were going to these tournaments with just guys just dunking and stuff that these kids aren't used to seeing in these small communities. You know what I mean? But we had some ballers. So,
Yeah.
you know, we went out there and surprised people when you
That
bring
area.
the white
They
kids
live
off
out
the
of
bus
district
and
or
they're just like,
something.
oh god, we're gonna smash these kids. And then you know, my son was only 5'7" and he's playing point guard. So
Yeah.
it's like then
Threes.
they're surprised when these kids are draining threes and
Yep.
Yep.
playing good defenses and
Skill based.
hard workers.
Yeah.
You know, I put these kids to work, so they were in condition like no other.
They were committed to the sport
Yeah.
itself.
Oh, yeah.
For how to
Stuff.
be accurate at
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I don't miss that stuff at all, man. I mean, you got to
Hard
freaking
work
love
pays
it.
off, man.
You have to be ready to go at all times.
Oh, absolutely.
It never ends.
No.
Literally, like
Rich, when I was
oh my
doing
God,
it, you
practices
didn't get a
3
Saturday
days
off.
A week.
You
No.
did not get a Saturday off.
And you're playing
ever.
Sunday if you're in the finals.
And you didn't want to.
No.
You didn't want to.
And then we're playing in different brackets sometimes
Oh,
too.
dude, no, I feel you. I
You know
drove
what I
all the
mean?
way down
Different
to
You
LA
look at the
twice.
bracket and already going, okay, we're playing that team or this team because we're here on Sunday
Yeah,
at 1
exactly.
o'clock.
Yeah.
We're making it to Sunday.
Yeah, we know exactly.
had
And
to
then,
travel
and
out
then
of town
there's
and stay in a
other
hotel
spots
room
open
with
up
you.
in a different division. Hey, you guys want to play with 18 and up?
We've
yeah,
got room
let's
for
do
like-
it.
yeah,
you
we've
know
got
what I
room
mean?
Yeah,
for
they'll
like
call
3
us
games.
a paper team.
Yeah.
I would call it. Do you need a paper team?
Yeah.
Okay, just save us $500, parents. Let's show up.
Let's show up.
But we
Yeah.
can't win it all, but we will win it all. We'll
We're
go.
gonna get some
we'll go
playtime in.
We'll go 4-0.
Yep.
Okay, we'll get the kids our own trophy or something.
Yep.
But we save $500.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not having to pay the fees. Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. You're getting games in without the cost. That's all the
Yeah,
kids
that's
want.
what it's about, experience, you know? So,
Parents,
like
I mean, it sucks on the parents because like it's
They-
like what Saturday, tomorrow,
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
And don't worry.
Yeah.
Don't
Oh,
worry.
that's why we were in
But this is
bands
what you
picking
do,
up kids for
Rich. This is
parents,
what you
you
do.
know?
Oh, yeah.
So when parents don't worry, he can spend the night. Okay, let
Yeah.
him spend the night.
We're getting the van.
Yeah,
Exactly.
we got a van, we got a
Yeah.
hotel, we're good. Put
Oh
these kids
yeah,
up in the
dude! I remember
rooms.
sitting in the rain in December in LA with an umbrella, watching them play water polo. Going, why are we playing water polo? It's raining.
I know, but what's
Mm-hmm.
really crazy, and I don't mean to go there because I remember when you were coaching, Cole. Remember that one kid said, "Why is Coach kissing the team, Mom?" And we're like, "What?"
It happens.
Wow.
It happens.
It happens. I just had to mix it up a little
It
bit.
happens.
Rich, my man, I'm glad you made time to come down here, man.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
It's never. Sure, and I didn't mean to blow you up. I just kept it real. I said, Cole, no, I don't want him to call in. I said,
Yeah.
no, just
No,
have him call in.
yeah.
No, I said, because it's always a good time when he's here
Way
in
better in
studio.
person.
Yeah,
Way
no, and I
better.
wanted
Good
to.
time.
Like I said, it's just Mondays and Wednesdays.
No, I know. I was giving you a hard time.
I have
man.
class from 5 to 6:30 that I have to actually go to. So
And now that I know what's going on, man, we'll be flexible with that schedule. 'Cause
and then
we got to keep getting the good
yeah.
news in.
And then during the day, like I said, Monday through Friday, my wife's gone working, so I'm taking care of 3 kids all day while I'm booking fights, while I'm doing homework, going to school. So it's
Sleeps in there somewhere, man. Don't worry.
very
When-
little. My
when-
wife's gone all night tonight, so I have to. I'm gonna be up all night with
the
kids.
littles, yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah,
I'm
good
probably.
Oh yeah, I like the outfits. Buzz, a Lightyear, and a
Yeah,
Woody.
yeah,
That was tight,
yeah.
man. I like that.
Nice for Halloween this year.
Oh yeah.
Nice choice.
Oh yeah. We did some cool stuff. I mean,
Well, yeah, you got twins. You're gonna have a
You-
very
you gotta have-
unique
yeah.
upbringing. They're gonna they have twins alone.
You can get
raising-
creative, man.
you can.
Yeah.
My wife's creative, so it's not me. I take no credit for it. I don't even. I just write the check for the stuff. I don't.
There you go.
What do
She
we-
Exactly.
probably
what
tells
we-
you just don't, honey. Don't.
What do we? Oh, they're wearing that. Cool. Looks great.
Nice.
Thanks,
Good-
baby.
good idea,
All right, let's
baby.
go. I'll push the stroller.
There you go. That's it, man.
She
hard,
gets
man.
all the credit for that.
When is it going to be released?
Next week. I'm flying out to the actual venue next week. I mean, it's locked in. Everything's
do
good
any
to go.
check-ins anywhere.
I just want to make sure, everything's 100%. when I'm out there next week, and I might even call you from out there next week and just say, hey, we're good to go. You go ahead and drop it. This
okay,
is
because I was
going
gonna say, don't do like a Facebook check-in anywhere. Like, you know how people do, like, flying from Fresno or such and such.
Oh, I told you I'm going to the East Coast.
Hey, well, when you drop it, man, when you drop it, I want you to dress comfortable, man.
I'll wear this out there.
I want you to dress comfortable,
for
man.
sure. You know,
you give your shoes a little bit. Okay, guys, Rich, I'm at the such and such hotel in blah blah blah.
Yep.
Just wanted to say hi.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure.
Okay, you know what? And I'm finally gonna go there. Okay, one time I'm gonna get a lot of slack for this. Richard, you were on the real Fighter's Voice.
Yeah,
that's trademarked. That's copywritten. That belongs to us.
Yeah.
So I just want to say that.
Yeah. I don't mess around with the other one.
Okay, just letting you know.
I've seen them out there, you know, and no beef against anybody.
No beef against anybody either. But it was time for me to say that because a lot of people are contacting me, and I'm just no, it's not me. I support what he's doing, and more power to it.
Yeah. He's a good dude, you know. But you know,
but he deleted me. So
did he? Yeah. You know, he's got his favorites that he works with.
Yeah, that's fine.
You know, I found that out the hard way too. You know, because he's all about promoting the sport, but he's working with this other company, and so when I hit him up to do some interviews with some of my fighters, he didn't even respond to me, which surprised me. You know what I mean? Because you would think as a host, you'd want to host no matter regardless of what the competition is.
Yeah, you don't want to see.
You don't want to just interview guys from a specific brand. You should be able to
bring them all.
No, I know. I will.
This platform is for everybody.
Yeah,
every fighter has a story, and this platform is for them.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, so I'm glad to be here. You know, I always come when I can, for sure. And once I can talk more, like I said, I tried to give you a little bit of what we got.
Yeah,
going
no,
on.
hey, that's
that.
play.
You know?
It's literally a from the horse's mouth scenario. Like everything you say, it's like we don't have to say, oh, well, we heard it from so and so, or we read it on this. It's like,
you know, I don't
Goodman literally just
save us a cool poster because that was a badass poster. That was. You see the color, the way it hit the black and white.
Yeah, the shine.
Yeah,
dude.
Oh
Exactly.
yeah. Just wait.
Well
we got this guy Steve. We actually just hired another guy too, Jay. That's going to be putting together some great stuff.
Just get us one that's signed by everybody on the fight card.
That's what I have at my house right now from the last card.
One of those?
I can do that for the next
that would
show.
be awesome to have. Just to know. I mean, now I don't even can consign it. Just we would love to have one.
Yeah, I can do that the next
card.
show. Absolutely, absolutely.
To the Fighter's Voice, baby.
I can definitely make that happen next show.
In 20 seconds, just how do we follow you, my man?
55 Rich Goodman, Rich_Goodman 559 on Instagram, Richard Goodman on Facebook. Obviously, I don't really mess with Twitter.
It's becoming dying media.
But I'm pretty sure it's the same as my Instagram.
Yeah, probably.
Most likely.
At Richard Goodman.
Yeah, at Richard or at Rich_Goodman 559.
Make it easy to
everybody always, I had these guys ask me, why with the 559? I'm like, you just ain't been here.
Yeah,
you got to represent. You know what
absolutely.
I mean? Like, I'm representing my homies.
You're going to act Nate Diaz and Nick Diaz. Why the 209? Come on.
Actually, we were the original 209.
Yeah, we were.
We were
the 209. Absolutely.
They are the expansion set.
They are the secondary 209.
And
I'll be willing to fight Nate Diaz for it. Let's do it. $10 million, I'm in.
There you go. And we'll talk about it here on the Fighter's Voice. The only voice
we'll do it right here in the parking lot.
Oh, there you go.
$10 million. You probably do it anywhere.
Anywhere. Call me.
Tell me.
Call me, Nate.
He's going, who's that rich guy?
Yeah. Come get
Secondary 209 my ass.
I promise you I'll bring all 30 seconds of it. Let's go.
There you go. There you go. Hey, come in with that knee.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'll fake it. Yeah.
There you go. Cole, what you got for us, my man, in 20 seconds,
man,
baby?
Not much. For like you said, I've been advertising everything. For those of you that are football fans, Fresno State's home game this weekend, our group, Topanga Ridge, we're going to be running a tailgate. We're actually going to have a tailgate. So if you like tailgates, come by, check us out. We got some cool things going on. We're going to have something special that we're going to be doing for our new lessees on it as well. Awesome. You can save yourself some money if you plan on living with us already. We got something fun, but you got to come to the tailgate. So
there you go.
And follow us at ValorBK.com.
Yeah, ValorBK, guys. Remember, tag it, start watching for the next card.
ValorBK.com, ValorBK on every platform, basically.
That's easy. Yeah, at Valor.
The website's been picked up. We're adding new creative stuff. Our YouTube channel's just been picked up, too. So, ValorBK on YouTube. We got actually the fights on there right now, broken down from the previous show and individual sections. So that way.
So, if you missed it, guys, they've got a YouTube channel now. You can check out the library.
YouTube channel, subscribe to it, and the more support, like I said, the better shows we can produce.
There you
go. You put money in our pocket, I'm going to take that and put it right back into the fighters and give you better quality fights.
There it is.
Because I'm reaching out for some, like I said, if everything goes well, this next one, I'm going to have another former champion boxer that you guys would be really surprised.
You better get a hold of me on that one, Rich. I want to find out who that is.
You're going to be surprised, So, just wish I could talk.
Man. Well, wait.
Well, see, he's giving it us so it's a former
168.
boxer. Former boxer. Now, was that his fight weight?
Okay, I like
two different weight classes, 2 different belts, champion.
Okay, that helps narrow it down a little to some
But
names.
not at 168.
Okay.
No, okay, one had to be at 160 or he dropped down from 160. Had to be at 160.
See,
Well,
we already, you've
54.
already got his
Started
brain
at
spinning.
154 or 160.
154. He's fought guys like Margarito and stuff too. So
Okay.
I'm hoping that we can land something like this, and if we can, it's gonna be huge for the next event.
Nice.
So.
Nice. Something
Okay,
to look forward to, guys.
I'm going to work on that. Hey,
Yeah.
and then also, we may even get Ken Shamrock on the show, and he can tell everybody how he broke my chair
Yeah.
at my house again.
Yeah,
Hey,
absolutely.
exactly.
He's a
Hey,
beast.
Exactly, he is a beast. And talking about a beast, we got a beast show coming up right now. Hey, once again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, Richard Ortiz of the Fighter's Voice Kick-Ass Podcast. If you're not here, you probably got your ass kicked. We want to thank our guest, Richard Goodman, the new matchmaker for Valor Bare Knuckle Boxing. ESCOVEDO, the UFC veteran himself. Until next time, it's a wrap. Thumbs up for Richie.
Yes, sir.
Never down for the count. It's just another wrap. Thanks for listening to the Fighter's Voice Radio Show. Catch us again next week.
Same when, same how.
And always stay connected to the Fighter's Voice on social media. So, on behalf of special guests and the whole crew right here at the Fighter's Voice Radio Show, saying see ya next week, right here on the Fighter's Voice.